Who is shopping at China Square? Are they the hustlers from Dandora? Because if they're hustlers from Dandora, there could be a stage for matatus. These are people driving. And I want to talk to the middle class of this country. My opinion is that we should be encouraging people to set up factories here, to sell goods here, because what they are selling here, it is not rocket science. We can do it here. That portion is not changing, and I stand by it. We should not be importing phone covers and all those things which you can make here. That middle class guy with his Mitsubishi Lancia, who is shopping at China Mall, China Square, he may has paid his school fees for his children. But that woman from Dandora, who is selling fish in Dandora, does not know how she's going to pay school fees. We should be encouraging people to set up factories here, to sell goods here, because what they are selling here, it is not rocket science. We can do it here. That portion is not changing. That is why I'm asking for Parliament again and again to support our proposed legislation to really discourage dumping and people who won't use Kenya as a dumping ground. So when I see even those makereles on Twitter, I ask myself, who is the real stakeholder in this country? I'm told yesterday there were 2,000 people. How are they counted? They counted vehicles, 2,000 vehicles. Nobody is more concerned about protecting investors than myself, because I spend taxpayers' money going to bring in investors, and I cannot frustrate investors. But I am old enough and ugly enough to know that there are some people who are investors, there are some people who are dumping on us, and I think history will prove me right.
Kuria also holds that privatization of institutions and industry.
To answer on this issue of China Square, just received it as we speak, and we respect Parliament, so we will honor summons. So what I'm going to say here is what we will repeat when we come to you again on this issue, I think on Tuesday. We have not forced anybody to close their business, but we deserve the right to give our opinion on something. And that is why I'm asking for Parliament again and again to support our proposed legislation to really discourage dumping and people who won't use Kenya as a dumping ground. Chair, by yourself, you said that there used to be those days when industrial area you could find people walking, riding on their bicycles, queuing for jobs, and they are not there anymore. I want to tell you they are there, only that they are in China. Those queues are there, but they are in Chinese factories. Those queues are there, but they are in a place called Yu. They are in a place called Guangzhou. That's why they are not in the industrial area. I'm not saying anybody close down, but I'll keep saying again and again, for the sake of record and the sake of history, that this is not helpful to our country. Why now the American dollar is strengthening, we are crying about it, is because cumulatively they have said America first. And I'm saying Kenya first. I'm saying there's no point of exporting Kenyan jobs out there. Chair, I want you to ask.
We did not expect such like a high chairperson would come up, read our name out. We saw that because we are just ordinary business person, and we only have one store in Kenya. We didn't know we already attracted the attention of the minister. So that's why I'm very shocked about this news. Yeah.
Prof, we can come back to you. You said something about trade CS Moses Kuria doing this as a marketing gimmick.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
It's true because, the world over, so marketing strategies need some very controversial things that has to be done. Do you know how Coke became a popular drink in the world? They had some very serious things they did. I'm not here to speak on that because it's a very contentious issue. But let me talk about the one I'm talking about now. Do you know how many percentage of Kenyans didn't know about China Square until now? On this set, to me, I didn't know. Dismas probably didn't know. Wakili probably didn't know about China Square.
I did.
And you did.
Yeah.
Maybe there are some very peculiar reasons why you knew.
Yeah.
But let me put this clear. Even if you look at the fact now coming to who owns China Square, it is very hard for anyone to set up China Square without a Kenyan being part of it. Yeah. Coca-Cola, we know that there are some people who are part of Coca-Cola who had to own Coca-Cola so that they work. Any businesses that has to run in Kenya with a foreigner has to have social license to operate, and this normally comes from funding with some people. Ben, do you know why this drink called Red Bull became very popular all of a sudden? Do you know what the marketing strategy which was done? Somebody just went and collected empty cans of Red Bull overnight when people are asleep, and they just put them everywhere next to people's neighborhoods. Then people woke up and found Red Bull cans everywhere. Then you say that this drink people are drinking, a lot of people are drinking, it must be a very good drink. Then this went to the supermarket, start now looking for this drink, and became very popular.
So you're saying there's a similar gimmick?
There's a similar
this would
gimmick.
be insinuating that Moses Kuria has something to do with China Square as a beneficiary. That's a big
I
statement
can
to make.
confirm that there must be some direct benefit he's getting from China Square. And in fact, he's made it very popular. If you look at the tweets he did, some of them he deleted. Why was he putting some tweets, some of them being deleted? And also the tweet we are looking at have also been promoted, because if you go to a Twitter, you show that this tweet has been promoted. So I can tell you for a fact that there is a direct benefit to Moses Kuria. Remember, this person has done a lot of trips to China. He was the Minister of Trade. These are some of the, let's say, those policies that somebody's put in place to work. So I can tell you,
right,
Kenyans let us see more than just this fight between these two people. Then I also wanted to bring some perspective here. Is the issue of China-Kenya trade needs also be looked at here, because we cannot just take it for granted. Now the US and Kenya is negotiating a trade negotiation. Do we have anything like that to ensure that we have a policy? Because we need to depersonalize this issue so that we work with institutions and functions. And then of course the other thing is that we can sometimes call domestic scores with this matter, but we lose on the geopolitical aspect, because anybody watching, like you said, a Japanese watching, anybody from India watching,
right,
they are saying, is this how Kenyans are treating their people?
Okay, first thing I heard that thing is like I was a bit shocked. Okay, secondly, we also when we came down, we also sit down, and I think we need time to reconsider our strategies. Okay, because after all, we want to integrate into the community, not doing anything against the community. So we will rethink our strategy and plan, and see whether we can work out, like both parties will be happy, and so we can cooperate each other. That's what my thought is. Yeah, roughly, like currently you're looking at minimum 3,000-4,000 people that's inside the store. Yeah, that's too much to handle, and I'm having some safety concerns. That's why I'm shutting down the gates and the doors. So I think I want the customer have better shopping experiences instead of everybody touching their shoulders when they walking around.